All right, the program is called What's It Like? I hope you know that by now. We've been on KTAR.com for a number of months now, asking questions of our guests that you might not necessarily ask, but you would ask Kate Wells of the Children's Museum of Phoenix this. What's it like to take your two daughters out of school, your husband leaves his job, you leave your place of employment, and the four of you decide we're going to spend a year and a half going around the world? Couch surfing?
Right.
What is that?
So,
Kate Wells.
I know, couch surfing. It is what it sounds like. It's an international organization. It's online, and it's a group of a few million people now who are really open-minded to either taking in fellow travelers into their own homes or being a traveler and going and staying in someone's home. So you're either a host or you're a surfer, and as a surfer, you're a couch surfer.
All right, now is that the deal? If I stay at your house in New Delhi,
right,
India, which is one of the places you visit,
right?
If I stay at your house, does that mean then that anytime you want in New Delhi, you can come to Phoenix, Arizona, and come to my house?
Well, no, it's not quid pro quo. You go online and you say, I want to go to New Delhi. And you enter in, there's four of us, and we're looking, in our case, we were always looking for families to stay with, or mostly looking for families. And it's a big database, and it searches for you, and it comes up with potential matches. And you go through their profiles. It's kind of like eBay meets Facebook, but for travelers.
But do you have to pay them?
You don't. There's no money involved. We always brought food with us, and we always left a small gift. When we were backpacking around the world, we literally only had each had a backpack, so we didn't have much extra room to carry stuff. So my daughters carried origami paper that we bought in Japan, and they folded origami for everyone before we left a couch surfer's house as our gift to them. So
it's nice if you have talented kids.
Right.
Mine would write a thank you card.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
But when you're talking about couch surfing and you offer the tempting idea of never having to make a reservation at a hotel for four people.
For four people.
A lot of people, you've gotten their attention.
Right.
How do they find out about it?
Well, they just go online at couchsurfing.org and make a profile. And my advice would be to fill out your profile pretty thoughtfully, because you're judged on whether someone's going to take a risk with you based on your profile. And then the eBay part of it is that there is an agreement when you log on that the person you stay with is going to rate you as a surfer, and the surfer is going to rate me as a host. So
how many countries?
We went to 22 countries in 16 and a half months.
You and the two daughters and your husband gone for 16 and a half months.
The girls were 9 and 12 when we left, and one of them actually had 2 birthdays while we were gone, so they came back being 11 and 13.
Okay, I'm going to give you a continent. Give me a couple of countries. Europe.
Oh, France, Germany, Switzerland.
Asia.
Vietnam, China,
I ran out of continents. Tell me something
Well,
else.
the other thing was it's much easier to couch surf with families in first world countries because they just have more room in general. People have more room. But there were times when we couldn't find someone to stay with that was a good match for us. So we'd contact people that looked interesting in the country, and we'd have coffee with them, and they would tell us about their favorite restaurants and places we should bring the girls.
It really sounds like fun.
So it was,
But I happen to know your two daughters,
right.
and they're extremely bright, and they're very good students. But what about the education? I mean, they were out of school for 16 months.
We officially homeschooled them, filed all the paperwork and everything, and we brought math curriculum with us for each of them, and we also had 2 Kindles and a laptop. So I think between the two of them, they read almost 100 books. But we were able to research histories of countries, and we really put the onus on them to help plan the trip. So one of them in China was in charge of getting money, and so translating or seeing how much things would cost. Another time, one of them was in charge of our forward trips. So when we had to book airplanes or trains, they had to learn to read the bus schedules and the train schedules and the flight schedules and do it on the computer sometimes.
And education in itself.
Oh, every day.
The child that was in charge of getting money, by the way, was picked up twice for pickpocket work, but I think that they managed to avoid serious problems with the authorities.
But my kids have wicked ATM skills.
All right, give us one adventure because we have to wrap this up, and I could talk to you about it all day long.
Right.
One adventure anywhere in the world, the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, it has to be swimming off the coast of southern New Zealand on a mammal sanctuary, a sea mammal sanctuary, a month after all of the mother seals had their babies. So we have all these little tiny pups, and we're in these thick wetsuits because the water down there is super cold, and I just had this unbelievable experience, and the funniest part of it that really sticks in my mind is my oldest daughter singing the National Geographic dun 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 while we were in the water, because she felt like she was living the National Geographic dream.
Would you do it all again?
Oh, give me a plane ticket on Saturday and I'm out of here.
Well, if you see them, it's because you decided that you would check out your computer information on the world of couch surfing. And if they happen to say, how did you find out about it? Tell them, Kate Wells, on KTAR.com. And what's it like?